less than 10 miles per hour. It's going to get a little bit stronger in the days ahead, but for now we're just dealing with a little bit of thin cloudiness, and that's what we're going to have tomorrow, and therefore warmer temperatures. But on Thursday, the breeze picks up and the temperatures do drop back down, and we're going to spend some time in the 70s once again. I'll have your complete forecast coming up. KSEE 24 News is 6 starts right now.
Local news that matters. This is KSEE 24 News at 6.
It's not like we can't talk to our kids when we're online, but the dynamics is so different.
First day of in-person learning. Fresno Unified, thousands of K through 2nd graders couldn't wait to see their teachers, classrooms, and friends in real time. Yes, good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexander Balakian.
And I'm Stephanie Barucci, and we'll have more on that top story in a moment. But first, we have some breaking, exciting news for some Clovis students. The Clovis North High School Bronco Band has been selected to perform in the 2022 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The Bronco Band was selected from more than 100 applicants as one of 9 bands to march in the 96th edition of the annual holiday tradition.
We are so excited. This has been a secret that we've been keeping for over a year. I don't really care so much about the turkey for dinner. I care about getting a chance to sit down in front of the TV and watch the parade. So to get to be a part of it, I kind of get choked up a little bit, and just can't wait for that.
Exciting. The Bronco Band will spend the next 18 months planning for that performance. To help kickstart the band's fundraising goals, Macy's has made a $10,000 donation in support of their march towards the Big Apple.
Back to our... It's been more than a year. Had a chance to step foot inside their classrooms, packed with a mix of excitement and, of course, those first day jitters. K through 2nd graders finally did get a chance to step out of the virtual world of distance learning. Our Kaylee Hunt joins us live from Eaton Elementary School in Fresno. And Kaylee, I'm sure it was a little chaotic, but packed with a lot of smiles underneath those face masks.
Alexan, you are correct. It was a very busy morning for thousands of Fresno Unified students. Now, I did pop around to a couple different elementary schools within Fresno Unified, and one thing was consistent: how excited these students were to be back in the classroom. Students eagerly lined up, getting their temperature checked and getting a squirt of hand sanitizer in their hands.
We have our first group of students, our kinder, 1st, and 2nd grade students. They are going to be here all day.
Summer Gaston is the principal of King Elementary School. She says these students haven't been in the classroom for more than a year.
Teachers, the classrooms are ready, the kids are ready, they have their new clothes on, they have their hair done. They are excited to be back at school.
Fresno Unified welcome back pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 7th, 9th, and 12th graders. Many teachers say they are excited to have their classrooms semi-full again.
That's the thing that we miss the most. It's not like we can't talk to our kids when we're online, but the dynamics is so different.
The district is sticking with a hybrid model where educators will be teaching half of the class in person and the other half online at the same time.
You know, we are teaching in a totally different way, so that I have more questions than I have answers for. But you know what? It's all going to work out because they're here.
And Fresno Unified says they feel confident they have enough safety measures in place to offer in-person instruction. Reporting live in Fresno, I'm Kaylee Hunt, KSEE 24, local news that matters.
Kaylee, thank you. And some reopening plans for California. Governor Newsom announcing the state could reopen fully June 15th, depending on vaccinations and hospitalization rates. The state will fully open under 2 conditions. 1, there is enough vaccine supply for anyone 16 and older who wants one. And 2, hospitalizations are low and stable. The mask mandate will still stay in effect. However, large festivals like Coachella and conferences with with over 5,000 people will still not be allowed.
And of course, this news comes as the state reaches a major milestone. More than 20 million doses have now been administered throughout the state. In Fresno County, the health department reports 37.4% of the county's 16 and older population have received at least one dose. Health officials at UCSF say it's essential those who are eligible get the vaccine.
Everyone probably knows about the April 15th about opening up to all tiers, but understand that as of right now, really, even though it's 50 and up, anyone in the household that has a qualified person in their household basically can come in and get vaccinated.
The UCSF vaccination site located at Fresno City College is not requiring appointments at this time. They are open tomorrow from 8.
And starting tomorrow, Tulare County is moving from the red tier to the less restrictive orange tier. Under that tier, restaurants can expand indoor service to 50% capacity. Gyms can expand their indoor operations to 25%, and retail stores can resume full indoor operations with safety protocols in place. State officials have determined that the county meets the criteria to make that move. The orange designation of COVID.
Our case rates and our positivity rate are at the lowest levels that we have seen since towards the beginning of this pandemic.
Fresno, Kings, and Madera counties all remain in the more restrictive red tier. And for the latest on the coronavirus pandemic, go to our website, yourcentralvalley.com.
Developing now, a search underway for a missing man at Huntington Lake. 84-year-old Augusto Zarate was last seen on Monday between 2 and 3 in the afternoon. The Fresno County Sheriff's Office says he had been vacationing in the area of Huntington Vista Road. He's not from the area and is unfamiliar with the terrain. The Sheriff's Office says he's known to get disoriented and carries a walking cane. About 30 members of a search and rescue team are looking for him right now.
The Fresno County District Attorney's Office has filed charges against a recent Clovis City Council candidate. 32-year-old Hermandeep Nagra is charged with petty theft and receiving stolen property. Nagra is alleged to have taken campaign signs belonging to one of his political opponents. He was arrested back on January 28th. If convicted, he faces a year in the county jail.
Now, and the growing number of Asian hate crimes and violence across the country is causing Fresno city leaders to act now. Our Wealthy Jenner with how the mayor is planning to combat the hate in our AAPI community.
We have young people who are afraid to leave their homes. They're worried that their school or workplace could be the next site of a mass shooting. And for too long, these issues and struggles have been ignored.
Minority-focused support organizations and Fresno City leaders came together in a press conference today announcing plans to combat Asian hate in the community.
We're here to denounce the hate, racism, and xenophobia that has been leveled against our Asian American brothers and sisters.
But much more than denouncing hate, really trying to make sure that this is much more than a symbolic.
The Asian community in Fresno has been asking for a city that looks like them, speaks their multiple languages, and has their lived experiences. And I am hopeful now with Mayor Dyer that he will follow through.
Mayor Dyer revealing one of the steps of answering that call, a proposal to create an Office of Community Affairs position filled by an Asian, serving Asian and other minority agencies, immigration services, and other needed resources. Dyer ending today's announcement with one powerful message.
From the city of Fresno and from my office, we won't tolerate hate in our community, regardless of who that hate is demonstrated against. Quite frankly, people who commit hate crimes are people who are cowards.
The Stop Asian Hate resolution will be discussed and voted on Thursday and lists topics like working with community-based organizations on creating safe spaces and creating solutions addressing public safety. Wealthy Jenner, KSEE 24, local news that matters.
Continuing coverage, families who lost loved ones in deadly hit-and-run accidents are at the state capitol today trying to pass Gavin's Law yet again. The legislation, which originated in the Central Valley, was named after former Clovis Unified Vice Principal Gavin Gladding. Gladding was killed in a hit-and-run crash in 2018. That driver was sentenced to 3 years in prison, but served just 14 months.
I have no words to explain how it felt knowing that my husband was left alone on the side of the road and not knowing how long he had been there. Was he awake? Was he in pain? Was he scared?
The law, which passed almost unanimously through the Assembly and fell 1 vote short in the Senate Public Safety Committee in 2020, would make the punishment for leaving the scene of a deadly crash up to 6 years in prison instead of the current 4.
Still to come here at 6 o'clock. Eagle Mountain Casino moving location ceremony.
Why casino officials? The tribe.
Your weather headlines for tonight: mostly clear skies and above normal temperatures, but breezes will be with us from time to time into the weekend. And when the breezes die down, the warmth will tend to return. Your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy will stay in the high or very high range right on into the weekend. Oak, juniper, and poplar, the predominant pollens. And I'll have your complete forecast as KSEE 24 News continues.
This is KSEE 24 News at 6 with Stephanie Barugian, Alexan Balakian, and Central California's certified most accurate forecast with AMS certified meteorologist A.J. Fox, your local weather authority. KSEE 24, local news that matters.
This is the place I love. There's nowhere better than the place I'm from. Yeah, this is where my world goes round. I've got my local on. The Central Valley is where I belong. KSEE 24 is where it feels right. Yeah, it feels like home. I've got my local on.
If you need a COVID-19 vaccine, Premium Urgent Care is administering them daily. Register now. We also have COVID rapid testing and life-saving COVID IV treatments. Don't wait. Visit premiumuc.com or call 559.
We can all agree that the best place for our students is in our schools, and we have to get our infection rates down to make that happen.
Science and local data tell us that we need to focus on 3 things to have the opportunity to safely reopen schools.
So please wash your hands. Wear a mask in public.
And avoid social gatherings as much as possible so we don't miss any more once-in-a-lifetime experiences.
Together we can begin the back-to-school countdown. Go to unified@home.fcue.org to view our community's progress.
Premium Urgent Care is here for your urgent medical needs and everyday medical care for you and your family. We have on-site lab tests and x-rays to keep everyone healthy. Visit us at premiumuc.com or call 559-797-4315.
Now yourcentralvalley.com pros who know.
Stay healthy. Boost your immune system at Madge Medical Clinic with our special high-dose IV vitamin C therapy. Call 559-740-7989.
For more expert advice, go to yourcentralvalley.com/pros who know.
The solar forecast is sponsored by Renewable Solar. Exceptional people, exceptional performance. Now, AMS certified Chief Meteorologist A.J. Fox with your local weather authority forecast.
Clear today. This is time-lapse photography from up in the mountains of Meadow Lakes. It's about 4,200 feet, so we saw little cloudiness during the middle of the day, and then that thin layer of cloudiness starting to move back into the valley, and those off-and-on clouds are going to be with us probably for the next couple of days. Now today we had an opportunity to get a little warmer than yesterday, so that put us at 77. Our morning low was right at where we ought to be for this time of year, 48 degrees. That is the same number as average. 76 is where we are currently, same in Visalia, 78 in Porterville, Hanford and Lemoore 77, 75 in Madera, and also Merced. And the winds right now are all less than 10 miles per hour. Now that will be what changes the most over the next couple of days. We'll get up to 15, maybe even 20 mile per hour breezes at times, and on those days we're going to see our temperatures drop, and when the breeze starts to go away, we're going to start getting warmer again. So our live radar showing our skies to be clear. Satellite picture also showing us mostly clear skies. We still have a lot of this activity coming in off of the ocean. The low pressure system, whenever you see clouds rotating around counterclockwise, that as long as it remains there, it's going to continue on the southern side of that to throw us a few clouds. Well, Futurecast says that that low is actually going to push off to the west and away from us. Normally, we would see storms go across the other way, across California and that across the United States. But this time, it's pushing in retrograde motion. clouds, so with a little bit of thin cloudiness, and breeze is not coming till late in the afternoon. We're going to have an opportunity to get warmer again for tomorrow. But notice Futurecast late in the day. There you see just a few thin clouds. Tonight, an overnight low of 46 in Pixley, 49 in Kettleman City, 49 in Selma, Squaw Valley 53, 47 in San Joaquin, Mendota 46, same in Firebaugh, 40 degrees in Yosemite, 4 in Los Banos with a high of 77, 78 in Dos Palos, another 77 in Chowchilla, Mendota and San Joaquin, 79, few 80s in the South Valley, 80 in 5 Points, Huron, Selma, 81 in Hanford, Visalia, and Tulare, 80 also in Pixley, and just below that, 79 in Delano. Your air quality will still be good to moderate, so that's actually part of the good news. Even under warmer temperatures, our air quality has got a lot of good counties showing up. Your renewable solar for Friday. Lowest energy savings. Thursday and Friday will be cooler than Wednesday, and so we're not going to be spending as much money on air conditioning. That's why those numbers are different. Tonight, you can expect an overnight low for Fresno and Clovis of 51, so that's pretty mild stuff. Northwest wind 36. 15 miles per hour, but that won't kick in until later on in the day. So we are looking for a high of 80 degrees. That's definitely well above normal. And we're still going to be above normal even on the cooler days, 76 degrees on Thursday with the breeze picking back up. We'll still be breezy on Friday and Saturday, but we'll recover some, staying below that 80-degree mark. We'll get warmer when the breeze goes away this weekend, up to 84 degrees on Monday of next week, and we'll keep the 80s even on Tuesday. Your regional forecast is available on our website at yourcentralvalley.com. Stephanie and Alex, on back to you.
AJ, thank you. Eagle Mountain Casino broke ground today on its new location. The casino is moving to Porterville. The general manager tells us the move will bring the casino closer to the Central Valley and help with water resources. He says Eagle Mountain Casino uses about 40,000 gallons of water every day.
By us moving, we're able to free up that water for housing and for just living conditions.
Completed by November of next year.
All right, coming up next in sports, we're going to check in with who else? Scott Bemis.
Scott, what's coming up in sports?
Well, former Bulldog basketball coach Rodney Terry has a new coaching gig. The details on the way. Plus, the red-hot Bulldog softball in a mid against Santa Clara. Highlights next in Sports Central.
You feeling okay about Tess having Alex over for the first time?
Mom! I saw the look on your face when you saw me with them.
What look? I didn't give a look.
Makes me wonder if we'll ever be close again.
This Is Us, tonight on NBC.
I want to end systemic racism here at this hospital.
Black doctors get paid 35% less.
Even you?
About you. Just listen to the people you say you want to help.
New Amsterdam, new tonight on NBC.
Our whole goal with this project is to ensure the safety of anybody who makes sure that they're not getting sick from either COVID or any other airborne virus that may arise in the future.
I cannot understand someone dying for no reason. I cannot understand someone dying because they're trying to go to work, or trying to go to school, or trying to visit their parents. If these people are not risking their lives should not be lost. They should not suffer.
Because you deserve to be pampered. Because it fits your lifestyle. Because Hand and Stone massages and facials reach deep into your Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa in River Park next to Yard House.
KSEE 24 News is brought to you in part by Midland Tractor. Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
Former Fresno State men's basketball coach Rodney Terry in a Twitter take an assistant coaching position on Chris Beard's new staff at Texas. Now, Terry just completed his 3rd season as the head coach of the Miners in El Paso. Now, prior to UTEP, of course, Terry was the head coach of the Bulldogs for 7 seasons. Terry played college basketball for a small college in Austin, Texas, and was previously an assistant at Texas for nearly a decade before taking the Bulldog job in 2011. His tweet announcing this decision saying, in part, after a significant amount of deliberation over the past few days, I've decided to step down as the head coach of Miner basketball. Ultimately, the University of Texas Austin, Chris Beard, and the opportunity to return home were the impetus behind this decision. You know, the week State softball team, Tuesday, the Bulldogs swept the weekly awards for the 4th time this season. Senior Haley Dolcini named Pitcher of the Week, and freshman Keahi Matson earning Player of the Week. Now, against New Mexico over the weekend, Dolcini had a no-hitter and a perfect game, and Matson hit nearly .450 in the series sweep with a homer and 5 ribbies. And speaking of those ladies, the Bulldogs hosting a midweek doubleheader against Santa Clara today. Junior Danielle Lugg getting of a double. Now, bottom of the inning with a runner on, senior Hallie Galvin gets into one over the wall in left center. Her first long ball of the year. Matson, by the way, nothing to be more than enough for Lung. She only allows 2 hits in 5 innings of work, letting her defense do the work here in the 2nd inning. The Bulldogs run rule the Broncos 9-zip in Game 1. Fresno State has won 19 of its last 21 games, the 2nd game going on as we speak. Finally, we're 2 days away from teeing it up at Augusta National for the first major of the year on the men's side. And among the list of favorites, of course, is Clovis East grad Bryson DeChambeau. Now, Bryson's always tinkering, and at today's press conference, he indicated he's been working with a new driver head, but wouldn't go into more details. Either way, Bryson knows it's going to take more than length off the tee to win this week.
At the end of the day, it comes down to execution. You got to be able to go out there and hit a great shot and execute when the pressure comes around. So it's funny you say that, because I can give myself the most advantages all day long, but if I don't go out there and just execute, it doesn't really mean much.
Bryson is paired with Adam Scott and Max Homa on Thursday in round 1. They'll tee off at 10:30. Surprise first at the Masters, but got a feeling that may be changing this year. We'll be right back.
Vaccination cards for sale on the black market.
I feel like it's a drug deal.
They are blank vaccination cards people could use.
Inside Edition, tonight at 7 on KSEE 24.
If you need a COVID-19 vaccine, Premium Urgent Care is administering them daily. Register now. We also have COVID rapid testing and life-saving COVID IV treatments. Don't wait. Visit premiumuc.com or call 559-797-4315.
When it comes to insurance, nobody gives you coverage confidence like AAA. Only they offer trusted auto and home insurance, plus America's most recommended roadside, all at an affordable price. Which means they don't need wacky ads with gawking animals and... oh my.
Figured out you're a gimmick, huh?
I don't want to be a gimmick.
Outsmart spokes animals and choose coverage confidence from AAA. You're a gopher.
With a home equity line of credit from EECU. Remodel your kitchen, turn your backyard into your own private escape, or pay down debt. And now through May 31st, or closing cost. Let EECU help you finance all the things that bring joy to your life. EECU, smarter banking since 1934. EECU is an equal housing lender.
Doesn't stop for diabetes. With Glucerna. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand that's scientifically designed to help manage your blood sugar. Live every moment. Glucerna.
Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa offers month-to-month memberships for deep cleansing, deep relaxation, and deep savings on services and top-of-the-line skin products. Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa in River Park next to Yard House.
Get it for hugs. Get it for haircuts, for birthdays, family photos, and dreams come true. For drinks, dessert, and everything in between. Get it for big swings, big adventures, and the biggest days of your life.
Check out the newly remodeled Mooney Boulevard A&W in Visalia. Drive-through, outdoor dining, even car hop service. For a family fun. Get the great tasting food you love served up fresh. A&W, serving up good times and great food.
Premium Urgent Care is here for your urgent medical needs and everyday medical care for you and your family. We have on-site lab tests and x-rays to keep everyone healthy. Or call 559-797-4315.
KSEE 24 News is brought to you in part by Country Club Mortgage. KSEE 24 News at 6.
It's going to be a fun night of television here on the Big 2-4. New episodes of Young Rock, Keenan, and the New Amsterdam all on tap tonight, as well as This Is Us. And their series co-star says many things have been different, that COVID protocols have kept series creator Dan Fogelman away from the set, and that's left cast members a little in the dark about what's ahead.
The other season, there'd be moments where Dan would just pop in, new toy he wants to share with his friends. He would start talking about the next 5 to 7 episodes, and before you know it, it's story time at Camp Fogelman, and we're all just listening. We haven't had that this year, so I honestly don't know where.
Well, I guess we'll all watch it together. This Is Us airs tonight at 9 o'clock, followed by New Amsterdam at 10, right before the 11 o'clock news, right here on KSEE 24. Should be fun.
Yeah. KSEE 24 News at 6:30. The Biden administration working to provide COVID vaccines to every adult in the U.S. by mid-April.
Also, Tulare County moving in businesses to open with less restrictions. We'll be right back.
Allard's Art is your local source for all of your drawing and painting needs, from blank canvas to professional framing, plus the Valley's largest assortment of fine pens. Allard's Art on Blackstone and Barstow.
For more information on this business, go to yourcentralvalley.com and click on Central Valley Local.
It's time for some April shopping. Watch the dollar bills fall in Tachi Palace's It's Raining Cash Hot Seats giveaway. But leave the umbrella at home and splash around in our puddles of money, because we're pouring on 10 each Friday. Talk about some rainy day funds. So put on some galoshes and make it rain with us at the Tachi Palace Casino Resort in Lemoore.
Bread. Take in this. When you feels like there is nowhere to turn, Sierra Meadows Behavioral Health is here to help. Our residential, inpatient, and outpatient programs are here to support you with group therapy, personal counseling, and medication.
There is hope. Let us show you the way at Sierra Meadows Behavioral Health.
When you call Jacoby & Myers after a serious accident, our trusted team is there for you to get you the best possible legal and medical care, so you can have confidence you'll get the justice you deserve and get back to the life you love. We have earned the trust of tens of thousands of clients. Justice for you since 19. Jacoby & Myers.
At Papa Murphy's, we knead seriously, chop seriously, and shred seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays, even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10.99. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
At T-Mobile, we believe access to the internet. Why we've launched Project 10 Million to help close the homework gap by offering students grades K through 12 free internet access and mobile hotspots for 10 million eligible households over 5 years. T-Mobile, working to connect every student.
California Scuba Center make it happen. From monthly classes in a heated pool to full-on diving adventures in spectacular locations, California Scuba Center is everything scuba. With a variety of NAUI certified classes, equipment for beginners and pros, California Scuba Center is your passport to a hidden world. Whether you're 8 or 80, call now.
Hello, welcome to California Scuba.
This is my dad, Charles. The man is always on the go.
Usually, he has a sports drink with lunch. But today, instead of a drink of tons of sugar, we're making our own. With strawberries, lime, and a little mint.
Then, Mom adds some sparkling water.
It's a healthy drink that's loaded with flavor. We might go.
He does.
Celebrate healthy choices that lead to more successful futures. Visit CalFreshHealthyLiving.org.
KSEE 24 News begins with your